Welcome to Narayana live classes. Today we are going to discuss here assignment number 5 and the topic world of microorganisms part 2. Okay. So let us go for the top discussing one by one question. The first question is here, what are the antibodies? When do they develop? When do they develop? How they help us? Okay, there are three questions are there. Let us go for the top writing answer. The antibodies are defenders. Antibodies are defenders, and when do they develop? The answer it is whenever the foreign particle which is causing that a disease, that pathogen, whenever it is entering into our body, then it will be develops that the antibodies. Okay, so these antibodies which are, when do they develop? When pathogen enters into body, then they will be developed, antibodies will be produced. Then how do they help us? So how do they help us? They will be fight against the pathogen. Okay, so these are the answers for these three questions. What are the antibodies? Antibodies are nothing but here defenders, whereas that when do they develop? When the pathogen enters into our body, then they will be produced as that antibodies. When comes to that how do they help us, is nothing but they will be fight against that against that pathogen, to kill that pathogen. Okay, let us go for that next question. The next question is, invention of penicillin protect the world from the deaths during the First World War. Explain. So here during that First World War, there were many soldiers were died because of some infections of the wound, some bacterial infections. So Alexander Fleming, he is one of the scientists. He used to do that work on this antibiotics. So he has been taken that one of the fungi, and he have been given to that particular to treatment to that of bacterial infection. So many soldiers were protected from these diseases which are infections, bacterial infections. So like that way, as he have been discovered that one of the famous that antibiotic, okay, penicillin. Okay, so that is what here invention of penicillin protect that world from the deaths during the First World War. So what is the answer? We will write during First World War. During First World War. During First World War, many soldiers suffered from bacterial infections. And he used that fungus for the bacterial diseases. Okay, so by this, as you can understand, during the First World War, many soldiers suffered from the bacterial infections. That is, because of that, they have been died also. So Alexander Fleming, at that time, he is working on that of antibiotics, discovering of that antibiotics. So when he observed, he have been obtained that one of the fungus, and he used that to that of curing of bacterial diseases. so that the many scientists, many soldiers have been saved from that of bacterial infections. So let us go for that of next question. The next question. Pranavi is suffering from the serious illness. Doctor prescribed antibiotics for the 5 days. After 3 days of usage, she stopped the taking of antibiotics. Is it right or not? Definitely it is not right method, that is which is a stopping of this antibiotics for any illness. Okay, so it is not correct, because here whenever he is doctor prescribed that antibiotics for 5 days, 5 days he prescribed, and after using of 3 days she has been stopped that using of this antibiotics, which is stopping of usage of antibiotics causes immunity to pathogen. So that whenever she has been used that, again over usage of that, the bacteria, whatever he has been given, the doctor antibiotics, whenever the next time the pathogen will be gets the immunity against that of that medicine itself. Okay, so that is what here, as we should not be stopped at that using of the doses and prescribed method by the doctor itself. Okay, so let us go for that of next question. The next question is, what are antibiotics most commonly used for? So mostly the used from whatever the organisms which has been given by the scientist, mostly as we will see that penicillin, erythromycin, streptomycin, mostly we will see this. Okay, so that's all for this assignment. Thank you.